Hello, my name's Gavin, this is Genre Books, and as we're at the beginning of September, let's talk about an event beginning in October. I was kindly invited to co-host this year's Occult Detective October. This event from MJ at Reading This Life has a star-studded cast of co-hosts. Bob Freeman, Criminally, Michael K. Vaughan, Roy Reads Anything, Infinite Text, Rainer Reads Stuff, Book Songs and Other Magic, Another Bibliophile Reads, Mystery and Mayhem, and, although he doesn't have a channel, the pervading presence of Dave Brzeski of Occult Detective magazine. I am something of a greenhorn when it comes to occult detective literature, but I'm a willing student. There are two levels of prompts here, but really the idea is just dive in and try something. But as a bit of a newbie to this, I will probably be looking at some of the more foundational writers in this genre. We have some simple weekly prompts. Week 1, pre-1960. Week 2, post-1960. Week 3, diverse author or character. And week 4, knock yourself out, anything goes. There are some more intricate prompts to think about during the month as well, should you choose. One, and this is possibly where I'm going to get a bit excited, public domain. An attempt to get people to check out some of the older stuff that you can get on Gutenberg. I'll be looking at Gutenberg and elsewhere. Urban fantasy, a week to dedicate to pieces like Jim Butcher's Dresden Files, where the supernatural is common with the general public knowing about it to a greater or lesser extent. And another one I might get excited by, Pulp adventure from the 20s through to the 70s. Think weird tales, think men's adventure. As well as Gutenberg, when it comes to public domain, I want to be looking maybe at the Internet Archive. We have Supernatural Sherlocks, Occult Crime Task Force, The Captive Clairvoyant, Evil Turns, and The Trail of Cthulhu by August Derleth. I am unsure whether I'll get to all of these prompts, but I am going to give it a go. One thing that might stop me is that there is another event in October which I have been looking forward to for a long time. So I think I will try to kill two birds with one stone with some of these choices and spend a chunk of my time on Occult Detective October. And there are options there. Sheridan Le Fanu, the short story Green Tea, the collection of stories In a Glass Darkly. There is Edward Bulwer Lytton, he of Vril fame, he of It Was a Dark and Stormy Night fame, who in the 1850s had the novella The Haunted and the Haunters. We have the Flaxman Lowe series. This is late Victorian from H&E Heron, pseudonyms for a son and mother writing partnership involving Hesketh Pritchard. When we come to pulp and magazines, I want to go through some short stories with some of the famous occult detectives. Manly Wade Wellman and his occult detective, or one of his occult detectives, Judge Persuivant. Hope I got that pronunciation right. From Weird Tales, The Hairy Ones Shall Dance. Seabury Quinn, of course, Jules de Grandin, are Pledged to the Dead. Derleth and The Trail of Cthulhu, already mentioned. William Hope Hodgson, Carnacki, The Ghost Hunter. I think I'll go with The Gateway of the Monster. And Algernon Blackwood and John Silence, his occult detective doctor, an occult physician, something like that. a psychical invasion. For something a bit more modern, I've been slowly reading and rereading some James Herbert over the last year. I don't think I've ever read Haunted by James Herbert. This is the first of his, I think you could call it an occult detective, David Ash. So this is one I will be looking forward to. Also an author I've never read before, Stephen P. Aitchison, Witches of Scotland. When I look at the list of co-hosts, I realise I am very much the newbie here. But hopefully I know enough about the occult and detectives and horror and literature to enjoy the learning curve that I will certainly be on. In the meantime, if you want the amateur hour version of the event, I'll be here all October. Please do check all of the announcement videos that are coming out around about this time in support of this event. And please do consider picking up something, public domain or elsewhere, and joining in experiencing what is a really fun genre. In the meantime, it's September, so I've got to get back to the Shakespeare. Perhaps. Is Hamlet an occult detective? Until next time. Bye.